Hello guys, so you have bought an e-collar and you need to set it up for our training courses. All right, so you get one of these. This is your remote, okay, and you get a manual with it. All right, so I'm just going to give you the quick things you need to do, but read through the manual, see what else you need to do. But basically you have a collar, you have a remote, and if you get the finger trainer, you have this little ring that's with a little button on it, right? Okay, and here's a little controller. Oh, there it is. Okay, anyway, so now normally you would have a collar with just the flat collar. What I like to do is I change them over to have a bungee on them. And the reason that is, okay, when you use an e-collar, you need the e-collar points to sit on the skin of the dog. Now, when you have a fluffy shepherd, what you want to do is when you put it on, you move it up and down, right? And then tie it closed, right? And the reason is because they've got so much hair that if you put it on top of the hair and close it, what'll happen a lot of the times is it becomes loose for a start, and the contacts aren't sitting on the skin, and then you're pressing it and nothing's happening, and that's the time when you need it. So, all right, so that's the first bit. Now, how tight do you have the collar? Very tight, guys. All right. Put it on when your dog sits down, and then put it very tight. The reason I say make your dog sit down because their neck actually gets bigger when they sit down because of the muscles. If you have the flat collar, right? So if you have the flat collar, do it very tight, tighter than you think. The dog shouldn't be choking, obviously. They do have space here. Like you can see, even if you had the contacts on their skin, they have space there. If you have one of these bungee collars, go for it, because that is going to move with them as they sit, they down, they run, whatever, and it's going to stay sitting on their skin. So you guys can talk to me if you're in one of my courses and I might be able to change one over for you. So anyway, also, okay, so that is the collar. Now to turn the collar on, right, you have a little red dot and you have a little red dot there, see? And you just connect them and look, and the little light comes on, right? And then when you want to turn it off, oops, there we go. Oops, it turns off too quick. I don't know if you can see the light. Yeah, so you saw it for a second, but basically we want it on now because I'm going to show you how to use this. All right, look, don't worry about my bits and pieces. I've just added those on. You actually get like a lanyard you can put around your neck, but I don't use them. I actually use this and I hook it on things. All right, so when you first get this, it'll have like an M on it. So it'll look something like this. M means momentary. So it means that when you press this S button, see how there's a red button and an S button? When you press the S button, which is on top of that red button, right? When you press that, it means it'll just go off once, right? But in our training, I like to put it on the C, which means that continuous, and it means that when you press the button, it'll stay on till you take the finger off, right? So you can control when you press it and when you need it, because the idea is to make the e-collar kind of merge into your leash training, and we're going to go through that in our course. So to set it at the back, you have a small button and a big button. The big button's the light button, and you can see the small button says MC, and you just hold that down for 5 seconds, and then you'll see it change to C. If you have a look in your manual, all right, it's on page 18, and look, this is 2025, so who knows if you've got a new manual, but you can see there, you can see the different modes, all right, and what they look like, all right. Okay, so then we want to change it to a C. It just says one dog because I've just set it to one dog. You can set it to 2 dogs. You can read the manual to do that. But basically you want it on continuous, and the red button actually goes 5 higher than whatever you set the black button to. But when we're first training with this, we're going to want to, okay, so when you want to set anything, you just push this down, the very top button, right? And then everything starts flashing. So you can see here, I pressed the top button and see how the 1D is flashing there? And now I'm just turning it up and up so you can see that it's physically moving, right? So now you're able to move it like this. Now I'm just finding the correct level for my dogs, which is 13, and then I'll push down on the top and it will lock that number into place so I can't accidentally push it up. And the red button will be 5 more than whatever you locked it into place. But when we first start training with this, we're going to, okay, to know where to start your dog, all right? So, okay, maybe I should make that a new video. All right, so that's the setup of the e-collar. So you want it set to continuous, which is the small C, which you're going to change with the small button at the back. You're going to have this adjustable for now. I mean, you can lock it into place. Don't put it on your dog or anything yet. I'm going to do another video on how to understand where your dog needs to be at. All right, and show you with my dogs, you know, what kind of reaction you're going to get because it's different for all the dogs, and you know, how to do that. All right, so there's your e-collar. Okay, this button here will always translate to the black button, not the higher up button. All right, so that's if you've got the finger trainer. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can just post them. And if you like this, this video, you can subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.